And our corporate philosophy is to ensure that sustainable, safely managed water and sewerage services is provided to people of Imo State. To make this institutionalized, we now have a policy which we never had in Imo State. We have a state water, sanitation and hygiene policy, and we have a new law that have further provided a coherent guideline into the activities of the sector. And to make sure effectiveness is instilled in the sector has been unbundled. That now you have Water Corporation being in charge of the urban water, sanitation and hygiene sector. You also have a small town water agency being in charge of small towns, and you have a rural water agency. You may ask why the breakdown. It was necessary that this is done so that, because the urban water sector is expected to recover costs that are used in investing in it, because it is very high. Government cannot continue to invest. And then the rural water sector is mostly a social service. Then the small town was created that, if effectively managed over the years, the town you call a small town today will grow to become an urban. So that by the time they begin to pay for water they are using, they become an urban, the town will be transferred to the urban water sector. It was this same governor that in July 2020 released the first tranche of money that resulted in partnership with Federal Ministry of Water Resources, and we have this beautiful complex as an office. We moved in here in September 2020. That is why we have an office, because as the Chief Executive of Imo State Water and Sewerage Corporation, by 2019, I had no table, I had no office, because our original office had been converted to a school by the previous administration of Governor Rocha's Okorocha. So you can see that the water sector has witnessed the kind of investment we have never seen since 1983. I'm talking of the urban water sector. We have never seen it since after the Sam Bakwe's government. That the governor has come in and shown so much interest that today we will visit Otamiri so that you will see the beauty of what has happened there. When you take your pictures, if you get to Pentagon, you will see the picture of the governor the first day he visited Otamiri. You look at that picture and see what you're seeing now. You will see the remarkable difference. You will see our low lift or high lift littered with old pumps because they were not even installed. You go there today, what you're going to see is brand new pumps, brand new starter. And these pumps are not cheap, because to replace a vertical turbine pump of that capacity with all the accessories, including the cables and the starter, you are talking of between 75 and 83 million naira. So multiply by 6, that will give you an idea. I'm just talking of only the pump. It's not other ancillary activities that has taken place in Otamiri. This governor has shown great interest in partnership with other agencies. Like I said, we also have the challenge of pipe network. So most times, because these pipes we have in Owerri were laid in 1983, with the brand new pumps we have at Otamiri now, the pressure has more than tripled. So once you release water, because of high pressure, we have a lot of burst pipes. So His Excellency has taken this serious and has done a lot of investment. The of somebody taking safely managed water is that it cuts across every other sector. Because when people are healthy, they work, their productivity is high. But what is happening in the state is that our people take unsafe water, they get sick, they go to the hospital, they treat themselves, they go back to the same source. So that is why you see the sickness all of us suffer here is almost the same thing on a monthly basis. Intestinal infection, we call it malaria, we call it typhoid, we call all these things are water-related illnesses. And it's prevalent here because our people are taking unsafe water. A small bottle of water is 150 naira. So if we charge people there about public water that is well treated, people will drink for a whole month, and maybe for the poor people, it may come to around 500 naira. Even before we are talking of the 500 naira or 1,000 naira or below, we did a tariff study. And we found out that the poorest of the poor within the urban areas are even spending more than that currently in procuring unwholesome water. Because each time you talk about payment, people get agitated. But we did a tariff study that went into innermost part of Okorocha and interviewed people. People spend close to 100, 200 naira on a daily basis procuring unsafe water from water tanker or from borehole that is not treated. By the time you accumulate it within a month, you see that the poorest person is even spending more than 3,000 naira in a month to buy water that is even not hygienic, that is not healthy to his general well-being. So people should be anxious, our people should ask questions, our people should agitate, because access to water has been declared a human right. And the governor sees it as a human right. That's why he's making every effort to revive the sector so that our people can begin to have safely managed water. So my advice is that it will not be free, but the cost will be far cheaper than what the people are spending currently without knowing. And in our tariff, we even made it easy that by the time we go full blown, our tariff is proper, and the poor doesn't have to wait for the end of the month to pay the 500 naira or 700 naira or 1,000 naira, depending on the type of apartment. You can also pay on a weekly basis, even on a daily basis. You know, and for it to be very fair, we're introducing metering system. Our metering system is also proper. There's a particular volume we expect the poorest person can use. At that particular volume, the rate is very low. If you begin to go beyond that, then you start paying more. This is to discourage wastage. This is to ensure transparency, that people are not charged for water they did not use. It's only your meter that we determine. But the beautiful thing about the meter, maybe the first, by our water policy, we have between 75 to 120 liters per person per day. Maybe at 75 liters per person per day, the amount in a month may come to 500 naira. But when you go beyond that, it means it's no longer a poor person. And this will discourage people from wasting water, so that we can have enough treated water for other people, so that people will repair any burst pipe within their compound or any damaged tap within their compound. Because what is happening currently, even now that we are giving, some people are getting water, you go, there was a place we went to Aladima, Anaman's and Jock Road. Their stamp post is not good and water is wasting there. Nobody cares because it's not metered. Once it's metered, people will be anxious knowing that there are many people who need this water, so that we don't have to waste it. We must conserve water